Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel Query Solution. So children, in our today's session we are going to talk with the concept and with the topic of size, shape and function of the cell, and we are going to see that does the size, shape or function have got relation in between them by taking different examples. So even if you want to know all this into detail, do watch my video completely, and for now let us start up with our video. So these are all the different examples, children, that we are going to learn today, that how the different shape, structure of the cell has got a relation with the function that it performs. So these are all the few examples that we are going to take up today, and I think many of you can read out the key points which I have written, and you can relate with what am I trying to explain to you. Now let us take the very first example, children. We are not drawing the structures over here because we just need to take up examples. Even in your exam, if questions are asked, you may not be asked to draw the structures, but you may be asked to give the examples, basically that how the size or the structure has got a relation with the function that it performs. So let us take the very first example of a nerve cell or a neuron, as I just discussed with you people. So neuron, basically children, whenever we have drawn, we know that it's basically a branch type of a structure and a long structure. I'll just draw a very rough sketch for you people. Whenever we draw a neuron, children, or a nerve cell, we draw such structures, right? And these are the cytoplasm extensions which are there of a neuron. It's a very rough diagram again that I am drawing. But this is how we draw a neuron, and then it has its own nerve ending. So this rounded structure, children, which is there of a neuron is, as you can see, it's a very elongated structure. It's branched from this part, but at the same end it's elongated as well. So what does this structure basically helps into, children? This long and branch structure allows to pass on the messages. It is acting as a messenger in our body. What do we do? How do we react? All these messages are being passed on to our brain or spinal cord, and then from the messages what comes down to us, based on that is what we complete a function or perform an action. So since this long and branch structure, if this structure would have been small, it would have taken a lot of time to pass on the information. But since this structure is long and branch, children, it is very easy to pass on the message from one neuron to another. So as with this example, we can say that definitely the shape, the structure of the cell, which is long and branch, it helps in the function which it performs, which is acting as a messenger. Now let us take the second example, white blood cells. We all know what is the shape of a white blood cell that we generally draw. So it's a very irregular shape of a cell when we draw. Why this shape is important in providing immunity, children? Now what does these white cells do? They are flowing in our body, and whenever they find any pathogen or a germ, they just engulf those pathogens and germ. And this irregular shape helps the WBC in providing or achieving the function that it is doing. So again, the structure or the function is playing a part in the function that the cell is performing. Let us take the third example, the fat cells. So these fat cells or adipose cells which we have in our body, children, they have basically a spherical or a rounded structure. Now more the better the spherical shape is, the better function it can perform of storing the fat. So again, it is one more example as we can see. And the last example, children, like the muscle cells which are there. We all have drawn a muscle cell ever. It's a spindle shaped cell like this we draw, right? So this spindle shaped, children, again help in the contraction and relaxation of the muscle fibers, and thus help in the movement of an organism. So these are all the different examples, children, which shows that yes, the size, the structure of the cell has definitely a role with the function that they perform. So these are all the examples that you can mention if asked in your questions. And in our next section now, children, we are going to talk finally on the concept of cell organelles. Okay, so let us meet in our next video. Thank you for watching my video. Do subscribe my channel, hit a like button on this video. Thank you so much.